Hello and welcome to Craftiosity, where creativity comes to you with monthly craft kits delivered to your door. This month we're making a macrame mirror. Using soft cotton yarn, wooden hoops and beads, you'll learn the knots for this methodical process to create your textured macrame mirror. This project doubles as a piece of wall art and has a practical use. Use it to bounce light around your room, place in front of plants to add more green, or just pop in a hallway to use as you head out of the door. Inside of your kit you'll find your cotton cord, your 2 wooden beads, a wooden macrame ring and your acrylic mirror. You'll also find your step-by-step photo instructions and a little something for your pinboard. Start by cutting your cord. You'll need 6 pieces of cord, each measuring 5 meters in length. To attach your cords to your wooden ring, you'll use a lark's head knot. Take 2 pieces of your cord together and fold them in half. Place the folded part of the cords through your wooden ring from the front to the back so you have a loop. Pull the cut ends of your cord through this loop and pull all the way down to tighten. Repeat this process with your other 4 pieces of cord so you have 3 lark's head knots on your wooden ring. You'll now start to create your square knots. Each square knot uses 4 cords. Use the first 4 cords on the left hand side. Lay them flat side by side so you have a left and a right cord, which will be your working cords, and 2 middle cords, which are your filler cords. Take your left cord and bring it across the top of the other cords to make an L shape. Then bring the right cord down on top of that vertically. Take the bottom of the right cord and take it behind the middle 2 cords and feed it through the gap between the left cord and the cord next to it so it comes out from the back to the front. Your middle 2 cords should be sandwiched in your knot. This is the first half of your square knot. Gently ease it up to the top of your cords just under your lark's head knot. Pull the left and right cords in an upwards motion whilst also pulling or holding your middle 2 cords downwards. Always tighten and position your square knots after tying each part as they're much easier to adjust. For the second part of your square knot, you'll do the reverse of the first part. So take your right hand cord and make a back to front L shape across the central cords. Bring the left cord down on top of that vertically. Take the bottom of the left cord and take it behind the middle 2 cords and feed it through the gap between the 3rd and 4th cords along so it comes out from the back to the front. Tighten up the knot in the same way as before, and your first square knot is now complete. Repeat this process with your next 2 sets of 4 cords so you'll now have a row of 3 square knots side by side. You'll now tie a second row of square knots underneath your first row, but this row will only have 2 knots and they'll be positioned between the 3 knots above. To do this, take the 2 right hand cords from your first knot and the 2 left hand cords from your second knot. Use these 4 cords to tie a square knot, tightening it up after each part so that it sits just below the knots in the row above. Then repeat the process using the 2 right hand cords from the second knot on the first row and the 2 left hand cords from the 3rd knot on the first row. You should now have 2 square knots side by side. Finally, tie 1 square knot on the next row, taking the 2 right hand cords from the first knot on the row above and the 2 left hand cords from the second knot on the row above. We'll now create a clove hitch knot. Take your leftmost cord and bring it diagonally across your other left hand side cords to the centre, following the angle created by your square knots. This cord will become your filler cord and you'll use the other 5 cords on the left hand side to tie clove hitch knots around it. Keep hold of your filler cord as you're tying the knots around it, and after each knot check that the angle of the filler cord is consistent. Take the next cord in from the left and bring it up through the gap created between it and the filler cord on the left from front to back. pull down to tighten so that it's sitting close to the square knots above. It should have created a little loop around the filler cord. Repeat the process again with the same piece of cord you just looped around, bringing it up and over the filler cord. This time the filler cord will be on the right, and then pull it through the loop created from the back to the front this time. Tighten it up so that you now have 2 loops wrapped around your filler cord. Repeat this exact process for the other 4 cords so that you end up with 10 loops wrapped around your filler cord. We'll then repeat this for the right hand side. Take the rightmost cord and bring it diagonally on top of the other cords to the centre. Take the next cord in from the right and bring it through the gap between it and the filler cord on the right from front to back. Wrap around the same cord a second time, bringing it up and over the filler cord. This time the filler cord will be on the left, and then pull it through the loop created from back to front this time. Repeat this process with the remaining 4 cords and with the most central cord from the left hand side, so there should be 12 clove hitch knots. You should now have a V shape made up of clove hitch knots directly underneath your square knots. You'll now create a second row of clove hitch knots directly underneath. Start with the left hand side using all 5 cords to tie 10 clove hitch knots. Then do the same on the right hand side, but instead of stopping at the centre, continue all the way across, keeping your line straight and diagonal. You'll use all of the cords to tie with, giving you a total of 22 clove hitch knots running from right to left. Next, we want to continue our clove hitch knot design so that we end up with an X shape of knots. Take the central right cord, the 7th across from the left hand side, and create a downward diagonal line. This will be your filler cord. Then use the other 5 cords on the right to tie a row of clove hitch knots, creating them from left to right. Tie a second row of clove hitch knots on each side directly underneath the first row. Start in the centre for each side, using the 6th cord in as a diagonal for the left hand side and the 7th cord in as a diagonal for the right hand side. You should have an X shape with 2 rows of each side angled downwards and 2 rows on each side angled upwards. We'll now set your mirror. Take your middle 2 cords and thread them through the centre of one of your wooden beads. If you struggle to get your cords through, try twisting them as you push them through the hole. Tie a single square knot directly underneath your bead to hold it in place. With the 2 rightmost cords, tie an overhand knot 6 cm down from the clove hitch knot. An overhand knot is very like tying a simple knot in a piece of string, but you'll do this with both cords together, holding them together, making a loop, and then pulling the ends through. Tie a second overhand knot another 6 cm below the first one. Then repeat this process with the 2 cords on the far left side, tying 2 overhand knots 6 cm apart. Next we'll tie a series of square knots to provide some support for the mirror. These will be behind it. Take the 4 cords on the left and tie a square knot with them about 1 cm below the overhand knot. Repeat this process on the right hand side, making sure your knot is level with the one on the left. For the next row, skip the first 2 cords on the left and tie a square knot with the next 4 cords. Repeat this process on the right hand side so you have 2 square knots in the centre of your piece. Then take the 4 middle cords and tie a single square knot right in the centre. Finally, tie a row of 2 square knots to mirror the row above, skipping the 2 outside cords on each side. Roughly 2 to 3 centimetres below your last row of square knots, tie a single square knot using the 4 middle cords. Insert your mirror so it's facing you, and check the knot is in the correct place before continuing. The mirror should sit diagonally with the side corners tucked in between the 2 overhand knot cords, and the top and bottom corners of the mirror should tuck into the single square knots just enough to hold it in place. If you need to adjust it now. Then take the 2 middle cords from your square knot and thread through your second wooden bead. Replicate the X shape made from clove hitch knots that you created at the beginning of your design, following the steps we did before. The angle of the knot should follow the angle of your mirror. You'll now create a diamond shape of square knots. Start by tying a single square knot using the 4 middle cords fitting snugly underneath the section above. Underneath, tie a row of 2 square knots, not using the 2 outside cords on either side. Then tie a row of 3 square knots using all the cords. Then tie a row of 2 square knots again, and beneath that, tie a single square knot using the 4 middle cords. Now you'll tie another 2 V-shaped rows of clove hitch knots directly underneath and following the shape of your square knots. Use the steps we just covered to do this. But remember to stop the second row on the right at the centre of your piece instead of continuing that diagonal line all the way down to the left hand side. Okay, now it's time to finish off your piece. Trim your cords to the length and shape that you would like. You can cut them straight across or cut them into a V shape. If you want the bottom section to be more fringed, you can untwist the cords. And well done, your macrame mirror is complete. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and we look forward to welcoming you to the next craft kit project next month.